Salve, my name is Geza Frank. I'm a musician, reenactor, and officer in the militia segment of the Austrian Army. Welcome to my 14-day experiment, where I'm going to wear the armor of a Roman repentant soldier of the 4th century AD for 10 to 12 hours a day while eating Roman combat rations. All this is going to culminate in me scaling a 2,300 meter high mountain in full Roman combat gear. This is day 9.
The combination of buccellatum and lardo doesn't actually taste so bad. I mean, the one without the other, not my favorite thing ever. However, both together kind of go nicely. The sort of monotonous taste of the buccellatum gets a bit enlivened by the fat, the pork fat, and the salty sort of dill tasting fat adds a bit to the mixture of the dry buccellatum, and the dry buccellatum actually balances out the really sort of slimy fat pieces that you're just shoving into yourselves. Well, this is the very, very basic ration, as we have detailed in several Roman sources. Emperor Hadrian is known to have eaten and shared this type of meal with his soldiers, at least occasionally. Several other emperors as well. So we have here the buccellatum, the lardo, and the bosca. And in the Codex Theodosianus it is detailed that soldiers would get rations of exactly that: buccellatum, lardo, bosca. Of course, there's other ingredients that they would have on top of that. They would have by foraging or simply because there was more availability. So this is not like, that's not what they ate every day. And just that. It's very likely that a Roman soldier had about 3,000 calories to 4,000 calories a day at his disposal. And I can really see how that number is makes a lot of sense, given the calories that you burn on marching, on campaigns, etc., building the camp, marching it, and all that. So that sounds like a reasonable number. I'm slightly below that, or actually I'm almost at a quarter less of that every day, for the simple reason that I am not able to spend as much energy as a soldier would on campaign. I have also other stuff to do here. I'm a modern man living in a modern world. We have a lockdown situation here, and due to the other stuff, other jobs, other projects that I have to manage, I have to sit in front of the computer for quite a bit. I can't just let this completely die off. So I'm trying my best to burn as many calories as I can, and depending on how much I'm able to do exercise-wise, I adapt basically the caloric intake that I have. Because my goal is not to just eat what a Roman soldier would have had, it's to find a sort of balance between what a soldier could intake and what he would burn. Of course, I'm somehow on speculative territory here, but I think it's not a totally bad speculation that I'm doing here. I've got quite some experience from the real army here in Austria, and I'd say this where I'm sitting at is quite nicely balanced. Yeah, so my aim is to, of course, with this trip up the mountain, simulate a sort of peak performance at the end of 2 weeks of just eating those things and performing some physical tasks every day wearing the armor, then have like a final day basically where there's a peak performance. Of course, today we can't simulate a battle, especially in this lockdown environment. We could probably set up such an experiment with a number of other reenactors, though we would probably always be too few people, and we would always have some factors that wouldn't fit in, and many people would just not be up for the task of simulating a battle for a day or even longer. So what I'm trying to do is just simulate that by walking up that mountain. It starts in the morning, it ends at night, and it has many periods where you have to really haul and carry your equipment, and you have to perform in long time. You have some rests, you have some waiting times, you have many things that I would say you can simulate the fatigue and exhaustion that you would get in a day of battle. Very vaguely. It's really just about exhaustion and seeing how I can cope with those 2 weeks of intense daily training, etc., and this food, and then this sort of final peak performance.